It's Dallas.
Ah, there we go. The home of Counter-Strike in many ways. It's a history that 5 blocks away existed even in 2001. It's good to see it go full circle. Speaking of circles, that's ENCE on the stage, and they'll try and make their way into another final, but FaZe is on a bit of a honeymoon, and they do not want to stop kissing right now.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. We've got a very interesting map pool coming up as well. DUST2 to kick things off. You definitely lead towards FaZe in this first map. Then move on to Train, where ENCE have been called the best team in the world on that map, but they have dropped the ball a few times in the last couple of weeks in that particular map. If we get to Nuke, which I think is a very likely chance, I'm edging towards ENCE in this one, but I hope we see the same sort of fireworks as yesterday on DUST2 to kick things off. This will be the closing game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. It's your second semi-final. FaZe Clan take on ENCE. It's going to be DUST2 here. Round 1 will begin momentarily, and CT start for FaZe. We saw Rain push off short yesterday in the CT pistol and take down 4 G2 players. Can you replicate that today? Whether they'll boost them up is yet to be seen. It looks like they're going against it this time, so a different setup for them.
Rain already trying to take the battle at the corner. Aerial first to try and contest in return. But rotation going back around as ENCE didn't get any ground to stand on, and with Rain and Nico both committed to trying to hold off long based on a little bit of contact and aggression shown. That actually means there's going to be 3 on A and 2 on B, and they can rotate back, perhaps take advantage of it. All 4, I say all 4, Sergey the exclusion, all 4 are going to be heading in through the tunnels of the ones that are heading toward the B site. Guardian was excellent in here with an AWP yesterday, but can he do it with the USP?
Well, they've got 1 smoke. Presumably they dribble that out of the tunnel, flash through, and see what's possible. We Sergey to watch for the flanks. He'll be patrolling long and middle, making sure that area is covered and lower cannot be accessed by the CTs. Will we see that smoke come in, or will they go for a surprise play? I think that's the smoke delivered. The dribble smoke comes through, flashbang to follow up, and we're off. Guardian to defend once again.
Guardian down by X7 immediately. Won't count Olaf. He won't be able to spot inside of it. Aerial does cross to the boxes. He has the bomb. He's also going to be babysat, rather, by Alu. And Aerial ready to take the fight does exactly that. Alu went down to Rain, but he only made it as far as the car inside of the closet. Was found immediately, and Neo tries to get his way back in a 1-on-4. He's gone. ENCE go up 1-0.
Really nice round there from ENCE. Nothing too flashy. Holding up for the initial aggression, like I mentioned. Rain boosted up towards short yesterday. They were waiting for any of those sort of plays. FaZe went against it. Maybe felt like it was too obvious. And ENCE, after detecting no threat, 4 players in B tunnels, they managed to smoke in front, flash through, get the initial kill, smoke the doors. That's how it should be done. You don't cross until that smoke's down. Really nice round from ENCE overall. And we are going to have the force fight from FaZe here. Aerial will be battling tooth for nail towards long. He gives up his AK-47. The nade, I think, has actually blown it out of the door, so they can grab that. It's going to help their campaign and then some. So it's a 5 versus 4. Using the long spawn didn't work out for him. Aerial will be dropped. If you don't find the quick kill, it might be better just to fall back instead of giving up the rifle there. So now FaZe, although tagged up, have got the scout, AK-47, as ENCE rotate back towards B. Olaf Meister and Nico waiting in position this time. Remember, Nico's got the scout at the back of the platform.
Olaf just waiting to try and get the flash timed perfectly so that Nico can stand up behind the box. Find the shot without much threat in return. Scout on either side. Nico's got a linear perspective, very linear. Alu is staring at the box, and rightfully so.
Well, there we go. Opening kick is found. I don't think Olaf Meister can find multiple kills here, but I would be wrong. He has given them the lead here. That's absolutely epic from him. 2 versus 2 allows time for rotations to come through. Guardian still on the AK-47. It's Neo coming in from T-spawn. They have got time to try and win this one now. Olaf Meister set them up.
Plant behind the double stack to make sure he's safe. Alu can't quite spot the window, but the positioning will be enough. Although Sergey is going to be forced out of it. Had to get high up on the ledge. Forced Alu to wrap back in. He goes aggressive, rightfully so. He's gotten away. He's gotten to the tunnels. He's actually snuck back in. I think Guardian spotted it. So straight 1-on-1, but Guardian has no kit, so the favor is with Alu, and he'll take him down again.
Really enjoyed that play from Alu there. He played it to perfection. He challenges the tunnel player before there's even a chance to get through the window, survives, and then he knows it's a matter of mind games at that point. The standard play of the CT is to touch the bomb, try and hide away, and he just goes 1 step ahead. He manages to jump out of the tunnels into an aggressive position, knowing he has the advantage, and it will be a victory for ENCE, courtesy of another Alu clutch there. This will have to be the full eco. doesn't do too much for you on the CT side if you invest into it fully and find yourselves in a compromised position. We'll see now Aloe straight out towards middle. It's Nico on short. Doesn't find a kill here. He does get the dink, but not quite the frag. The aerial fending off the B tunnels here, no problem at all. It's looking very under control at this point. 5 versus 2, Neo and Rain remaining.
Rain trying to work with the Deagle, unfortunately. Being run down, even if he jumped up to find CT. Cat was ready for his position. 3-0 for ENCE. Credit to Alu for keeping them in this position. He's got 6,050, but holding on to the MAC-10. They'll try and go for the bonus round here with 3 SI. Lied. He's gone for it.
Yeah, I was actually in agreement with you there. I'd prefer them to keep it and just go for some really fast-paced gameplay, but Aloe's AWP is always welcomed, in my opinion. He'll bring it out, and they still will have 2 SMGs, a MAC-10, a UMP, and they send 3 players towards the B tunnels for now. I would expect something quick towards middle. That'd make a lot of sense, as Neo and Nico control the long position. Bomb does head towards lower tunnels. Sergey to fend off any aggression here. It's Neo who always plays close by those doors. Sits on the left-hand side for now. Rain, the transition player coming towards CT spawn. He'll be controlling middle as they have 2 players in towards B once again. Very slow default here from ENCE.
Olaf and Guardian. Down by Sergey. Neo's going to try and slide back out from the long doors, but Sergey was there as well for him. And ready for the fight. This gives ENCE a chance for the 4th round, given that they're already up by 2. X7 crossing back in middle. Will spot one further. Doesn't really have the weapon for the range, but does some damage on to Rain. And that's good enough for Aerial to chase him down. So 2 surviving inside of the B-site. Round's already gone. It's a matter of how much money that FaZe can save at this point in time.
Such a massive round for ENCE to pick up as well. Heading out towards long, it was Sergey that managed to grab himself 2 kills. It was Nico missing the initial shot, trying to bait Neo in, which he did, but Neo trying to slam through the doors of the M4 actually gets punished with the AK bullets in return. 2 quick kills for ENCE at the start. The UMP exchange in middle did do enough damage for the follow-up frag. Bomb was planted at A, round done, and indeed Guardian, Olaf Meister will have to save their rifles here. Not ideal. Money going to be a bit of an issue for them into the next round. 4-0, this is the pick of FaZe, remember. So ENCE, if they're able to steal DUST2 away, 2-0 could be on the cards. It was the initial exchange taking damage through the door, but the AK will just do so much more. Round 5, and are they going to invest much more than PD50s and Deagles? Doesn't look like it. Going to take this one on the chin. They will smoke middle. I'm going to send 4 players towards A, so a bit of a stack here as they send 2 grenades in towards long. Alu's there to receive them, and he'll go down. So there it is. The nade follow-up does take him. So doesn't do a whole lot for the CTs here on a 4-on-4, but at least they've taken the AWP away for now.
Xbox smoke thrown though. Olaf knows there's likely to be a presence toward top middle, so he stays put on catwalk. Does face some opposition from lower, but that Xbox smoke means that it actually protects him from having Aerial take him down. Olaf backs off so as not to be spotted entirely. He'll have support on the site in the form of Neo. No one inside of middle and a 3-1 defensive setup with Rain being alone on B with only the Deagle to work with.
Yeah, and they have no real utility here either. And we've got that 1 incendiary for Neo. He's on the A side, can use that at short. If he times it well, it could be a game changer. But ENCE right now waiting for reactions. They've confirmed the money's relatively low on the CT side. Claiming some long territory here, some prime real estate, considering it's only Neo on the A side himself. He's got the AUG, sure, but is that enough to get multiple frags? We will see. Aerial watching for the rotations again. Means that the only backup come from CT spawn, really.
Neo on the box. Will drop. Does spot them up before he did so he knew where to fire to find Sergey. He's going to take down Lexi B as well, and that leaves the bomb on the ramp toward the site. Good hold, considering they anticipated perhaps to be pushed and started to rotate off of it, so he does well to keep himself alive and give them a chance, but watch for Aerial. On the catwalk, I thought he had a chance to fire in and find both rotating back in from CT. It doesn't go their way. Instead, FaZe find their first, having only the 2 AUGs saved over.
Yeah, big plays from Neo there, just what they needed. This kill through the smoke was everything. Allowed him to fight valiantly on the A ramp and go for the second, knowing there'd be only 1 there. So great work from him, solid defense. And there will be a timeout here from Alexi B, so a chance to discuss their options as we get into the first proper gun round here. We'll have double ops on the FaZe side, Guardian and Nico. It'll be Nico focusing towards the A side of the map by the car position. And as we mentioned, Guardian, he plays towards middle and B, and does great work, especially on that B side of the map. Really strong player. Managed to get an ace yesterday with 2 HP. Was pretty wild. I'm sure you've all seen it on Reddit by now. Round 6 coming through. Alu back on the AWP. There is another buy in hand, I would say, for ENCE overall, especially to get that bomb planted. And they've got some decent long spawns. Do they want to take them, though? That's the question. DUST2 has been problematic in the last couple of weeks. One of the weaker maps in their pool. They certainly play it. They believe in it, but just haven't really got the stats to back it up. Shots being exchanged towards middle. Alu watching towards the lower B push. Sergey will be given the task of fending off aggression towards long as Neo tries to sneak in position. Can boost on that blue bin if required, but he opts to sit beneath him most of the time.
Olaf getting closer still to the mouth of the tunnel. I think he actually was hit by the grenade there. Not quite, he's still on 100, so I thought it actually tagged his body, which would have revealed that he's playing off toward the fence. Neo, a one and done spot, and it truly is. Alu, great reaction to realize he was jumping up above the dumpster, and Nico now tries to do the same with his AWP in return, but can't. Rain does what he can. Find Nico some space. Nade lands at his feet. He's down to 33, and they'll burn him. They'll move him. They get him with the AK, but the utility would have done it. Yeah. Instead, Rain has to go back to CT because he knows they're on catwalk above him as well.
I'm surprised Neo even got one from that position. He plays there so commonly. They just didn't check it. 2 angles to face check and managed to get it wrong, but it's the only kill they give away as they get pretty much a clean sweep there. That's ENCE working out towards long. And I have to say, in my opinion, that's the weakest part of the map for FaZe. It's Neo is not necessarily playing it wrong. It just doesn't seem to be much synergy between himself and Nico. They're always doing separate things, and it could be 2 separate interactions at points, especially if you're committed towards that blue bin. As you can see, the pressure getting to FaZe a little bit frustrating half so far, but still early on. Neo's called for a tactical timeout. They have got money to buy into this. Still a maximum loss bonus. No resets anymore. 7K on Olafmeister. Same story for Rain. It's Neo and Guardian that have a bit less. Nico's going to buy armor first. One of the players with 6,000. And they are fully investing into this. Neo with the UMP. 5-1 though. ENCE really look up for this one. Nothing too spectacular so far. No insane clutches. Just presenting a pretty default game and good fundamentals. It's going well for them. Trading out effectively. Good decisions mid-round. No panicking. Guardian and Nico once again only compromises Neo's UMP. As the bomb heads towards the B side of the map with 3 players. Sergey out long once again just to provide presence. You always want one player outside long, and every default is listening out for grenades, footsteps. Get some intel. If they double nade or even triple nade at the start, you can make a quick call off that perhaps. This looks like a mid-split to me, with 3 towards lower right now, 1 towards upper. Pretty classic DUST2 approach. Alu looking for any snipers close range. This could be Rain though. He provided great numbers against DUST2. That's some nice damage through the doors there. Actually tags up 2 of them. Happy with that.
Alu back down toward the mid doors though. Flash out off. He's going to push it himself. And Rain's getting more and more passive. Where does the smoke land if they want to try and go for the split? Still 1T in the form of Sergey, as he often is, outside of long A. Can't hit the shot. That's what they wanted to go for. They wanted the lack of utility. They wanted the straight fight. Rain's going to get both of the result. No smoke down, and it's going to cost them dear. Alexi tries to work now from Cat onto A, but Nico makes no mistake this time with the AWP bomb. 38 seconds down on catwalk from mid, and Neo is behind them already. Doesn't need to challenge this. Smartly backs off. He has enough information.
Yeah, absolutely true. Still possible to cause some financial ruin here, but Nico is disallowing that approach. It's going to be a 5 versus 1. Sergey looking for any frags available to him. That's nice work from Neo to get that long-range damage in. Should be enough. They'll only find the 1 kill, but it's just the UMP that goes down, so no big deal there. FaZe will get their second, and we'll still have plenty of cash for a buy here. Maybe a couple of drops required, we will see. 5-2 now as FaZe start to work their way into the game. That's really nice work from Rain, especially. He'll always be in CT spawn. Just patrolling middle, not actively challenging it too much. You see Alu missed that initial shot, and then he punishes 2 players. No damage through the door. LXCB looking to extinguish flames towards long and actually push out here.
Neo the smoke. Rain's the first to go down, but Neo does respond onto X7, and he's not done there. He's searching, but he's running out of ammo. Has to go to the pistol. He's on 3 HP. Alexi's not much better off. Gets dinked to 14, and now Cavalry comes back to the call, but perhaps not for better. Olaf going down leaves Neo with 3, and that's the lower of the two, with the one you'd rather have died was Neo in that situation. Nonetheless, they still have the man advantage. It's Alu and Aerial attacking middle. Guardian inside B with his trusty op. Double smoke, one on top of the box, one inside of the site means no one can see the gap above it. They can't fire as they walk up the ramp. Guardian misses the first, knows they're in close, but somehow turns around in time, and Aerial never had a chance. He's looking, trying to find Alu, and all the time, and while that he does, the smokes behind become a concern, and Alu has to turn the other direction.
Yeah, nice discipline here from FaZe, not overcommitting, allowing Alu to show his hand first. Oh, he does spot him in the CT though, so he's waiting for his opportunity. Problem is that's a distraction. Guardian can sneak out and take him down for the window now. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Just looking for any sort of point of access at this point. Surrounded, eventually Guardian will peek him, so nice work from the CT player. Gets the attention, confirms that he definitely has the aggro, and at that point FaZe will pick up the round. 3 versus 1 is a success for FaZe, and I think they've broken the money finally for the Finns. This will have to be a partial buy at best, some PD50s perhaps, but not much more. All averaging about $2,000. That's going to take the full eco, 1 flashbang. That is it. They're going to send 5 players outside long, wait for the initial utility, flash over, and see if they can take Nico down.
Off, back out, this is good timing, and Neo faded in off of it. Unscopes finds Sergey with the AUG. Alu with just the pistol to work with. FaZe are turning things around after the fantastic start that ENCE had. Remember, they were up 4-0 at one point in time. Now we're back to 5-4. DUST2, usually quick pace, bit of a brawly map, and we're seeing that now.
It's ENCE with money once again. Alu cannot afford the AWP. It'll be Alexibi to drop it for him. That's fine, they'll just exchange weapons. Alu throws over the rifle for him, so they do have 5 rifles overall. Basic utility as well. Not everything they need, but it's enough. This looks to be faster paced over the first round. We'll see Alexibi go aggressive towards middle, and the legged player beneath the boost as well. This could be enough. Very close range. CTs would have heard him by now. It's Olaf providing the boost for Rain. And up they go. They didn't detect it at all. This is looking very good for FaZe. A nice chance to throw that in, but still a double kill available. Aerial finds it. Back to the 3-on-3, but he does take heavy damage.
Sergey sneaking around the smoke. Bomb still down at the top of middle. They'll go back for that now. Sergey the one to do so. X7's got B. Not safely, not with Guardian in the window, and he's going to come all the way back inside the site. Mistimes when to pull out the nade, but now, with the cover of boxes, is ready to fight. He's found this exact shot yesterday, and he's aware there's going to be a second. He reads it so well, nearly fast enough to find Aerial, who has 33 HP, a minute to work with. Swaps to the op, but 2 to find, and has to cross back over the doors just to get toward the bomb.
This is going to be a rough one for Aerial. I don't think he's got any chance of winning it. As soon as he fires off 1 bullet with the AWP, both will come through the window. That's exactly what's happened here. And they pounce on him together. That's really well played from FaZe. Good timings. These last 5 or so rounds have been absolutely fantastic for them. Only given up 1 in the last 6. And money is a real struggle again for the Finns here. P250s on the docket. FaZe, it's that B bomb site. You really can't fault Guardian in that area. He's so aware. Always 1 step ahead of his opposition. Ready for any threats from the tunnels, even if a player's made it through. Really suits his play style. See a little bit of Kevlar here, upgraded pistols, maybe a similar approach to what we saw in the first round. We'll take only a little bit of damage from that initial grenade, but you feel like Guardian, he'll have enough here to find a couple of frags. Perfect incendiary, somehow doesn't get a kill. He fires in towards 5 of them. That it seems like things are under control, but not for long. A couple of kills coming in here for ENCE. It's Olaf Meister on the scene of the crime to provide covering fire. It's down to the 2-on-2, and rifles have been picked up here. Alu with the M4, X7 with the AWP.
X7's going to be looking toward the door. Somehow only lagged Neo on that. Surprisingly, and now Alu, he nearly gets a lineup, but he's got such low HP. He's desperately spraying. Somehow Neo survives the whole time, and the lead to FaZe for the first time in this match.
Oh, there it is. It will be FaZe with a really decent read there. Actually had 3 players in the B bomb side that challenged that approach. They have called a very good game since the 4-0 deficit. It does come down to the wire there, but once again, going in together, making sure there's not two solo one-on-ones. Match will be paused once again, I assume, by ENCE. It's actually Guardian that calls this one, so maybe they're looking to change things up a bit. He's been in towards that B site so much, then he's pretty much locked it down every single time. Maybe get him challenging towards lower B, something like that. Could go for an upper B push at the start of the round, knowing that you've pushed them back on that side of the map a few times here. We never really see FaZe really investigate the upper B tunnels like other teams. They're more focused on grouping up and staying together instead of claiming territory. Into round 12 here. ENCE after the 4-0 start. Sure, might look like a close game, but they know these gun rounds haven't really gone in their favor. So will we see any change in terms of setup? I'd like to keep an eye on Guardian. He is going to the other side, so we are going to see a boost towards short from what I can gather here, Matt. So this is why Guardian called it. He wanted to change things up and explain exactly what he wanted to happen. He'll be boosted into lower B. A nice time to bring this in. I really enjoy this call from FaZe.
Might get something from it as well, given that Aerial is down below. Smoke deployed Xbox. It's an Xbox in this game because it is better than PlayStation. PC still master race. Guardian looking to try and dominate despite being blind. He'll take down Sergey and back off. Rain's still there to support, and now he's got the drop position without any content or challenge. Molotov would keep them at bay, so their setup is excellent right now towards short. Tagged through the door by Nico as well. Shot on Aerial when they push through. Again, there's not a lot of smoke down towards CT. Mid's being controlled time and time again by FaZe, who look to find their 7th round on the CT side, and Olaf is in a great position to give it to them. Not going to be checked. He can hear he steps wide, knows his teammates want in, so why wait? Just get the job done, and that's exactly what he does to get both.
It's rare you see teams call a tactical timeout after winning 6 rounds in a row, but I really like it. If you're going to change things up, you want to make sure that everyone's on the same page, they're aware as to what they're doing and how they can back their sniper up. Guardian boosted. Sure, he didn't get a massive amount of kills, but he did push them in towards that B side of the map. Olaf Meister, solo anchor, and like he said, really nice position. Good to throw in once a half. They overlook it in towards that gate on the left-hand side, and he manages to get both the frags at the end.
Yeah, remember as well, for newer players, once a half, he's played it twice, but it's been effective once, and he only spotted it once. So it means, when we say once a half, one time that they know what you're up to. If you do it once or twice and they never go there, well, then they don't know about it yet.
Exactly. There it is, another pause coming in. Lots of these in the first half. And our closing semi-final of the day. This is the pick of FaZe Clan. It will be Train next, where ENCE will certainly be the favourites, but a bit of a question mark around FaZe and Train right now. With Neo coming into the roster, have they been working on it? How strong can it be? Time will tell. We'll certainly be seeing that map. It's nuke to close if required, and I feel like it might be. At this point, FaZe looking incredibly strong and comfortable now on the CT side of DUST2. As once again, they send Guardian back towards B. Another default here from ENCE, but they have got 3 players towards lower here, so might be wanting to pick up the pace and try and investigate those mid doors. Well, Rain's been causing all sorts of problems for them.
Guardian just waits to see what reactions will be brought forth from Molotovs and utility deployed by ENCE. Quick shot to Cat despite being blind. That's Alexi's entry point, but they'll back off of it. Perhaps they're fine for now and hoping that just by moving the CTs off of mid, that's enough to work or posture and attack over toward Catwalk. But Rain gets the better of that. I was going to stay with positioning, but he gets blinded up. They challenge. They run through their lack of vision, and he gets away on 11. Quite fortunate to do so as well, jumping off the ledge. Wouldn't have taken much to cause a crater in that situation.
It does happen from time to time. Enough flashbangs at a smoke down, jump off the ledge, and can take another 10 damage that. But for now, ENCE do have short control. Bombs there as well, but they do not have to commit necessarily, but time ticking away. 30 seconds now. Sergey waiting for the long flank. I think he's got it. And indeed he will. Neo pushing that position by himself. No flash. Was hoping he could cause a dent. Instead, this gives himself up. Time still on the side of FaZe, I would say. Maybe even more so now as Rain takes all the aggro once again. Allows Olaf to show us how powerful he is with that Org right now. And it's advantage FaZe and then some. Guardian can seal the deal with that shot alone. There's not enough time. The bomb's down towards middle. Alu might just want to save the AK.
And I think he'll heed your advice. Back toward T-spawn. It's gone very bleak for ENCE. Keep in mind as well with Liquid now making their way to the final. Both of these teams on this side of the bracket have beaten Liquid at one point or another this season in a best of 3. In this, by season, I mean year, in 2019. So it's wide open. It's not like Liquid, and we know their history in finals. It's not like they can be super relaxed about tomorrow's match, even if FaZe are to take down ENCE.
Here we go, Guardians with challenge once again. A little bit of damage there. ENCE just haven't had a response since their initial lead. The gun rounds have been so strong, the setups have looked superb. And once again, Olof Meister will be baiting in. That is working off each other so well. Rain and Olof have been magnificent towards this middle position. If it's not the CT player getting aggro, it's the other way around. Olof Meister baiting. Rain at this time just managing to set him up. They don't check the corner. Quick kill, get the hell out. That's really textbook CS, really what you want to see. And they've fallen back, and they've managed to back up the A side here as well. So Rain really having a strong game here. It's been quite quiet by DUST2 standards. Nothing too crazy happening. A lot of defaults. No fakes, no huge clutches yet. Just pretty standard, but nice CS, I have to say. Nico, I feel like he'd hit at least one of those, but he's once again baited in Rain, who will not find a kill. So there is a chance here for ENCE now.
Nico just waiting for it. They sneak underneath. Couldn't find the shot. Bomb gets planted. Now they have a chance. 2 on the site. Nico doesn't overcommit because he knows there has to be one toward the boxes, so why go hunting when he's not sure how close they are to him in return? Very patient from ENCE, you have to say. Even trying to bait a reaction now from Long because they aren't peeking, they aren't looking, and when they do, they make good on the fact that Olof was so close. Nico gets the response, the trade, but Alexei, no man's land, tough position to be, and gets taken down by Neo, who found Sergey before. It's all on to Alu. He's got it down to a one-on-one with Nico. Nico has the AWP though. Alu, he's got to work this with the AK, and there's plenty of time, surely, for this defuse. Nico went too aggressive for Alu's liking.
Ooh, yes, he gets it. It goes right down to the wire, but Nico best Alu in a 1 versus 1. You don't hear that too often. Alu normally so good in those sort of scenarios. Just needing an extra second, it would have been enough. Miscalculates it, and Nico will win the round. It's going to be the final round of the first half here. Number 15, of course. AKs across the board for ENCE. Bonpon doesn't give them the AWP. They desperately require now a strong pistol style that hasn't really seen much since. Alexei B really makes his way out, and he'll be punished for it. Rain this time towards Long. This guy is absolutely everywhere on the map. Neo commits through the smoke. It's going to be Rain to pick up the frag though, and he wants the third. Flashbang looks absolutely perfect. Look at this guy go. Still at 2 versus 2. Alu towards short, but he's being flanked right now. Is he aware of it? I don't think so.
7 already out long though. Even though the exchanges have gone mostly in mid, he's got just enough access and the bomb to get to the site. A chance for him. You'd have to stay on top of that. Bomb to go down safe side. Cats. Guardian with the op will go toward long, and X7 likely expects that. Held his position by using a Molotov, but that leaves him little to work with in the post plant when there is incendiaries, 2 flashes, and 2 smokes to go against him. Guardian with most of that.
Yeah, as soon as they smoke short, that should be round. If they do it, that is. Flashbang coming in. Olof Meister seems to be aware of the likelihood of X7's position. Well, Cat's out the bag now. Smoke down towards short in more ways than one. It does allow X7 to get out of that position at least. No one on defuse just yet. A wild spray coming in, the full defuse commitment. Will X7 be able to do it? Apparently not. Guardian trusting in the powers of Olof Meister, and it will be 10-5 after losing the pistol. FaZe are in charge here. We'll take a quick break and be back with half number 2.
Yes, lots to cheer about in the opening half, especially if you're a FaZe fan. Good turnaround. They were down 0-4. They come back to win the half 10-5.
Yeah, really excellent stuff, and then that's a really strong CT side. Didn't have to rely on any crazy pushes or flanks, just solid setups, good reads all the way through. And so got that work cut out for them. They're going to need this second half pistol to stand a chance. FaZe are absolutely deadly on their T side. Watch out for Nico's pushes through middle. It's going to be a thing of beauty, let me tell you. As we get into A P250 situation for Nico, also got the Kevlar. So good at opening up these bomb sites. It's Alu to defend A, pretty much alone. He has got his teammate Ariel fully committed towards long by the pit, as he'll fall back and try and challenge towards that long position. Opening frags coming in now. It's Neo to find the first. Can Alu stay alive there? Needs to double. Not going to happen. Neo will help himself to 2 frags. Bomb goes down. Strong advantage here for FaZe, especially with Nico with that P250 towards short.
X7, he's going to head challenge with the USP immediately. Olaf turned away. Nico even senses the flash. So both of them have vision, but one of them only gets a kill, and X7 finds 2 in return. They both go down, leaving Rain on the ramp. Not to mention, he's got the armor, but Neo has the range at USP. Rain's got the first already. LXDB on the bomb. He might just hold this. Kit decides not to. Knows he has to fight. There's 2 to challenge. Can't even find the first one, despite that Neo got closer and closer to be sure that they had a chance at it. And now it goes 11-5.
Strong long take there from FaZe. You can see Alu trying to back up his teammate, committed towards that corner position, trying to bait him in the best he could. Neo gets the opening frag cleanly. And there is a trade, but as soon as those 2 kills come in towards long, A side's open, short push comes in, and yes, a decent attempt at the retake from ENCE, but not quite enough. They're going to have to take the full eco here, allow this to go 12-5. They push towards middle. Guardian opens things up from T-Spawn. He gets a double. That's going to help out his AWP campaign. Didn't purchase a primary weapon here. He's going to bring the AWP out straight away. $6,000 to his name. Quick start here in the second half. Alu has the glass cannon AWP. Pretty much the last attempt here. Give this round up. Another eco is on the cards. It'll be 13-5 down. I don't see them coming back from that. They need to win this round. And will they get any sort of opening pick here? No one challenging middle, but Nico, he'll certainly be having a bit of a crack at long. Flashbang is decent. Alu affected by it. He'll have to fall back here. Remember, that glass cannon means he can't really fight as valiantly as usual. A couple of bullets in his torso, and his crosshair goes all over the place. He'll fall right back. Didn't take any damage. It's Ariel active on short, as FaZe will take long control. Ideally now, the best play, get your AWPer in the pit, fall back, go for the short take, apply pressure. Means the A ramp is not accessible for the CT. So they have left 2 players towards long. If they head up short now, they really are onto a bit of a winner. There's not enough utility to really fend off FaZe at this point. Bomb still outside long. And Olofmeister with his Galil starts to progress towards that A site.
Tries to peek it back around, couldn't do it. 2 there, he decides better of it. Back all at the same time, simultaneously will they attack long. 2 smokes down, 2 pushed up on Cat. They know exactly where to look when they arrive on the ramp. Doesn't mean they'll get the kills though. Ariel, good shot back on the Yonk. He's gonna follow that up to get Neo as well, but Neo and Olaf each finding kills in that sequence. Lucas had a 3-on-3, but not with much HP left. In fact, just 1 member remaining, and only with 6 for Rain. He was anchored inside of the pit, hoping they would get the bomb down. He would not need to leave himself vulnerable. Sacrificed himself with such low HP, but now he has to go hunting. Found the first kill easily enough. Put the bomb down on the ramp, and I'm not sure that he is aware Alu is directly above him. Alu could even use the pistol at this point if he's aware of the HP. He's spotted, however, but he is certainly had the communication relayed to him to run off with the USP.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Had he had maybe 50 HP, would have got that first kill. Could have been enough, but battered and bruised from his initial encounter. This was a lovely play from Sergey. They're waiting for the smoke to go down. Gets the double kill. We said it was a must-win round there for ENCE, and they actually deliver as well. It's going to be Neo calling the tactical timeout here. And for good reason. They can certainly buy here. There are 4 players hovering around $4,500, but Guardian has $1,800 after bringing out the AWP early. So they don't have to buy into this round. They've got a nice lead here, a good buffer. If they don't, however, it allows for ENCE to build up some nice cash. So they are going to buy what they can. 4 AK so far. Guardian with 1,800. Now, does he want to invest fully into this, considering he might want to save up the AWP? He goes for, I like this, he goes for Kevlar and a P250 in utility. Instead of getting the helmet out, he wants to focus on having grenades to back them up. He knows he won't have massive impact in this round, but if he can play it smart, might be able to recover a rifle, and it could be enough. Round 19 here. Single AWP set up for ENCE. If FaZe can answer back quickly, they're right back in the driving seat here, but there it is, Alu. He knows there's no AWP available on the T side, takes down Guardian. Only had the pistol, but it's still a worthy pickup.
Nico. Good For one was Sergey, and that gives Nico both on entry. Alu on the flank nearly caught them out. Nearly got one before they faded back inside of the sights through the smoke, but now it's a 3-3 retake required on B, which is extremely difficult as it is. The one saving grace is that they've arrived before the bomb's gone down on a flash in. Nico's gonna push, catch Aerial. Thankfully so, because Neo was in the open with very little to work with.
Well, now they know exactly where both players are. Alu's already been spotted towards the tunnels, and now the org are sprayed through the doors. They'll have to watch both positions, but the information is valuable. You can see them all set up here, and the trifecta should be absolutely fine. I don't see any problems here. Alu has to save the AWP, this time with armor, but he might not get away. Olofmeister hot on his heels, and Alu's going to hit the shot. Nice work. He really had to save this AWP. They are going to be right back in a difficult position after this round. I think they're only going to get $1,900. So he needs to save that AWP. It will be 13-6. FaZe answer back after losing Guardian early. That B contact play, a couple of flashes. If you can avoid the first kill going against you, it can snowball out of control. Great work from Ali to stay alive here. Doing everything he can. It looks like it's enough. Neo on the other side of the map. So Ali will at least have that going into the next round. Now, will his teammates join him in the purchase here? They might as well, to be honest. We'll see if they go for it. There is enough for another rifle. It's getting to that point now where every round you give up almost just increases the chances of FaZe taking this second map. They haven't invested at all. USPs, the one AWP, and Ali knows he has to fight. Going for the initial kill at the start. This time taking damage. This is just towards lower.
Yeah, that's optimistic at best. Guardian's already run down Sergey. We're looking for 14 rounds. I think we're going to find it as well for the FaZe side. Already being planted. Guardian just double checks, but no one got lost inside of the smoke and could deny that because of how quickly they've attacked mid. Perhaps too quickly at that time for a Guardian as Alu gets the kill, but Rain knows he's now down toward the mid doors. They're going to try and take that off away from him this round. He snuck back through CT for now, and Aerial stayed close to the doors on purpose, not to allow anyone to chase. So he should be able to save the weapon, but again, 14 is secure at this point in time.
Yeah, it's a nice call from FaZe. They knew there was one AWP up there. It's unlikely Alu heading towards B, I suppose. So get stuck in, same again. And they managed to find the pistols upon entry, get the kills required. They gave one up to Alu, unable to remove the AWP from his grasp once more. But there it is, 14-6. His first map has been a little bit of a nightmare here for ENCE, going up 4-0, then 5-1. You thought they really were onto something, but the scoreline now 14-6. First map of this semi-final. They'll move on to Train next, which sounds great, but they have had their struggles. They actually notably lost to Renegades with Smooya standing in for them. Last week at BTS. See if they can pick things up. Hasn't looked too sharp in terms of the fragging department. They haven't necessarily played bad. FaZe have had an excellent showing here, but it's been quiet. But Alu looking to rectify that. He'll take down Guardian once again at the start here. Nico with short control, flashing in. Molotov towards spawn as well. Sergey run through that, taking quite a lot of damage actually, down to 68.
Push back in. Well held this time, and more than one position on the map. 3 kills come through, 4 in total unanswered. Neo left in a 1-on-5. Has the bomb for whatever that's worth.
See what he can do.
Try and rotate it back in toward B.
Not really much in terms of opportunity. It looks like Alu will just take him down in a few seconds. There we go. Clean sweep rounds, exactly what they needed. Never out of it until reach 16 at the top. And with a clean round there, it could be enough to keep them afloat. There is one more buy to negate. $4,000 pretty much on the nose across the board for FaZe. They will buy into it. Have AKs, and there is an AWP as well. Guardian invest in that. That's every dollar he had. So an AWP, nothing else. Spots 2 cross. Third there. He knows there's a chance the cross could be coming through. Maybe a challenge from Alu, but just trying to bait out the shot. It's going to be a nice clean kill for Aerial. This through for ENCE. X7 will take down Nico as well, trying to bull his way through the smokes there.
Guardian up on the box. No one to spot, but takes the shot anyway. Second round in a row, they've had a healthy advantage with over a minute to play on the ENCE side as Neo wants to try and open up toward Catwalk. His individual fragging has not been resounding from Neo, but he certainly has had his fair share of multi-kills on entry and in obligation. The point I'm making is that he's not really one that I would expect to be able to crack this round wide open himself. That said, solid clutch on Inferno yesterday. Very different situation than the one they find themselves in now. Interesting counter spell. X7's going to use that to his advantage. He even gets away with finding Guardian through spray.
Same story as last round, a 5 versus 1. This force by not working out for FaZe, they will not be able to close this early. Eco after this. Olofmeister trying to hold on to the AWP. Not the best position to do so. X7 presumably takes him down momentarily. Spots the barrel. Hello. Easy kill. And will we take the secondary AWP? They don't want it. He just gives him a friendly teabag there.
There's nothing wrong with that. I did like some of the interview ahead of the game in which they bantered back and forth. Yanko saying he would let them have a picture with the trophy after they win it. Yeah, that's very thoughtful. I'd like a picture with the trophy too, Yanko. Taken ideally with a Polaroid. So back to pistols for now for FaZe. They've got a buffer to work with still. No need to panic. Let the money swell back into a natural course. Rain already down middle. Surprisingly, they're not just going to run it as 5 with the Glocks. Maybe they want to try and exploit one player, grab a gun, and take it from there, but no one overextending. ENCE has read the money well. They're just holding station, no risk, and therefore no reward for FaZe in this case. Alexi B just waits with the M4 alone for now. I say that Sergey's actually watching mid, but he is in B. Not really ideal with the smoke immediately on top of it. Bit of a miscue, but that's all right. Nico's gone down. Alexi's in behind, and just the pistols again. They're going to get mowed down. Watch the flank as well. Aerial with the AUG. Be careful not to go down. Smartly played, gets 4 kills from it.
Yeah, calm play there as well. There was a chance the Glocks could dink him to hell and back there, but he manages to hold control and have enough bullets left in the magazine to close out the round. It's going to be 14-9. Now this one's starting to warm up. ENCE will be knocking on the door double digits after this round if they can pick it up. They've managed to get 3 in a row now, so not out of it just yet. And this is FaZe pick. If they can somehow steal this away in this manner as well, it would be significant. As they send 2 players up towards short. Little gambit of aggression here. I assume they'll be boosting up Alu towards lower. We saw this from Guardian in the first half. Was unable to find the kill from here, but he did go on the follow-up from short. See, without the initial frag, he does drop down, and they'll hold position. Aerial focusing towards Xbox, anyone jumping up, and indeed lower. Nice boost in return. Nico was aware the AWP could be brought into that position, so they read it well. Timing a little bit off. We'll get this initial frag. It's FaZe looking for map point.
Alu. Didn't even need to pull the trigger, didn't need to get too carried away because Ariel was there with him to take care of business, but Nico gets both in return, and Alu couldn't hit the second try when he peeked out to respond to get the trade. There's access on the catwalk that Nico will use sparingly for now. Just a bit of utility to put in the ace. Tight, not accounting for the fact that X7's still in middle, but not accounting that Neo would be there to trade. Nearly goes beyond his Olaf. But things go back and forth in this round again.
Oh!
And finally, someone gets back-to-back kills as Sergey takes out Neo.
We saw against G2 yesterday. FaZe really struggle with CT kills in that position. Guardian goes down. They always seem to have their knives out when they cross that mid position. I don't really remember when Shoxy was playing there yesterday. He got so many kills from retreats from FaZe at the A side. Knife out every time they fall back. And that will cost them once again. If they had been cognizant of the fact that there was going to be a CT player in that position and just challenged it instead of running back with the knife, they could have survived that one. And FaZe, this is getting worrying for them. Double digits has been found. It will be 5 rounds in a row now for ENCE if they can pick this one up, which is very likely. Pistols and no armor, just going to be gunning out towards long, and they'll keep their range. Nice moves from ENCE here. Hearing the pistols, they fall right back. Some decent damage as well. Neo and Rain, both down to around 15 HP.
Sergey takes out Neo, and little ground to walk on now for FaZe. Try and go back over toward B. Interestingly enough, the site is open right now. What? X7.
Not for long.
He's up to shutting them down before they even get that far. Bomb dropped, but he goes down. AUG now available to them. Bomb recovered. They will have one inside of the site in the form of Alexi, and that's good enough to take out Olaf. Gun is recoverable via the E key, but Nico is taken down before he could fire it anyway.
Yeah, looks like ENCE have done enough here. 14-11 guaranteed. It will be Alexi B. Confident as ever with that AUG. 3 kills at the very end. And FaZe, they might want to take another tactical timeout here. Not really sure how many they've got left. Must be about 2. All about the Guardian. Currently sits on 12 frags, 17 deaths. Not as electrifying as he was yesterday. It's Rain at the very top with 22. At the top of ENCE is Ariel, 21. He's put in some great work on the CT side. Sergey second with 19 as a fast-paced round comes in. FaZe will normally drop this with Nico going first. This time it's Rain, and that's so unfortunate. The flashbang was very effective. Alexi B, all he could do is pull the trigger. Same story for Alu. How does he want to go for more off that? I don't get it. I respect it, but it wasn't required. He'll be paying the price at least, but ENCE will maintain the man advantage. You'd think a 5-on-3, he'd just fall back.
Nico.
Oh dear.
Got Ariel down. That's the opening that they need. They've been halted on the 14th round for quite a period of time, and that's because ENCE has been playing a rather drilled defense. As soon as they give up anything like that, that's how FaZe get back into these rounds. That's how they're going to actually win this game.
You're absolutely right. It's been perfect up until this point. They get a 5-on-3 and just really overcommit. Maybe feeling too comfortable. There was no reason to really go for that one. If that's still around the cost of the game, they're going to be gutted with it. Flashbang just about makes it over. 3 versus 3 of Alexi B and X7 low as well. X7 recovers the AWP off Alu's corpse, and we'll see now if this is going to be enough. Nico still towards short, 40 seconds. They have smokes, flashbangs, and a Molotov. CTs, only one player towards A.
It was interesting that Olaf didn't actually have the confidence to go any further toward B because there's no one there. And you can see X7, he's already been rotated, or I guess suppose Alexi B now, but X7 did look back at the doors at one point in time. He didn't want to go alone because he didn't want exactly this situation. He didn't want them to go down another man. Now they have to attack on A. And Sergey had the angle, but Neo gets the shot. Still Alexi to try to hold with just the AUG. And X7's going to wrap back around. Bomb, they know is being planted. Would be one at least on the balcony, on the platform. Surprisingly, Nico's still alive. But the nade should take him down if X7 doesn't. Neo's got to clutch it with an op, and they'll recover.
That's so cool. I love that little grenade over. I didn't think it would have enough gas to make it towards the bomb site, but it certainly did. It forces Neo to swing out. That's the alley-oop from ENCE. They will win yet another round. That's going to be 6 in a row now. Bomb planted, a buy there for FaZe, but this was so unfortunate. Rain taken down by the blind player at the start. Great shot from Alexi B. He gets the advantage of the shadow there as well, so he gets a slight jump on Olaf. It's going to be 14-12. They've got a game really brewing in here. We'll see if ENCE can steal DUST2 away. It really sets up the 2-0 quite nicely. They looked out of it after conceding so many rounds after the initial success. FaZe running out of ideas now. Normally, when things go wrong for them, they just send Nico out middle with his objective to find headshots. We'll see if Olaf Mines can replicate it.
Sergey, one only. Alu. X7, we're going to be 1 round apart. This is absolutely ENCE coming back into this game. FaZe is lost. They have not had an answer. Maybe Nico is, but is that an answer? Is one person stepping up really the response? I mean, sure, they only need 2 rounds to push them over the finish line. What a shot from Alu.
Oh, yeah, that is quite the shot. 14-13. This time, no bomb plant, Matt. They have to take a partial buy here, potentially. This could tie everything up. This would be a stolen game.
8 rounds in a row so far.
And remember, ENCE win the pistol in the second half as well, so they were set up. They've only really won a single gun round. Same story as to what we saw in the first half. But it's on the other foot, though, I'm afraid. Match paused. FaZe with Nico on 5,000, Olaf at 4,300. You might want to get Nico on an AK here. He's purchased it. I don't think the rest of them will buy into it. Like I said, when all else fails, just let Nico off the leash. See what he can do. So I think a partial buy with a Nico AK is in store. The other's yet to buy now. I don't think they'll fully invest. I don't think that's an appropriate move at this stage. So indeed, 3 Deagles, a Nico AK, and Neo Scouts. But as I always say, these are the rounds when everything goes wrong. These ones seem to work out for them. Where will NiKo go? He's been absolutely terrifying on DUST to a point. We need a chance to scout first. Doesn't find anything just yet. Alu challenging middle, and it will be the first kill for the CT. The scout removed.
Alu. No such luck in spotting anyone inside of the mid doors. This for 14-14. Does the timeout yield anything? NiKo still has the AK Rain, waiting to see if he could find a headshot from the Xbox. NiKo will retrieve the bomb at least. And it seems, or at least hints toward a B finish in the round, given that he's rotating all the way around toward the tunnels, and you have Olaf that's been waiting inside the whole time. Rain has to look away from the flash, but knew that X7 was trying to get through the smoke. Chance he could even grab the gun on the back of it, but doesn't want to push up in case someone else is walking in. Sergey still inside of the site. Crossfire established, but Guardian with the deagle will take him down. And NiKo, he found Aerial before that. Suddenly, they've had their best chance to win a round, working from just the AK at the start of it.
It's Rain with the Desert Eagle. He can actually find this kill. Be a really difficult shot. You can see him trying to line it up. He's given the information, and you can see why the Desert Eagle, not ideal in that scenario, but he makes it work. The patient play works out for him, and it will be Alexi B left with the impossible task of the 3 versus 1. There's not really any chance for him here. It's going to be Rain to close things out, and FaZe find round number 15.
And the pressure's off in that they found overtime point, but if you're ENCE, you're not going to be too worried about that. You can still get this to overtime and win it. The way that things have been going, FaZe struggled just to find that round, and ENCE has been very controlled.
Yeah, well, there it is. It's the NiKo AK, the Desert Eagles. A bit looser play. It opens up opportunities, but you're absolutely right. Overtime written all over this so far. Remember, FaZe went to triple overtime on DUST2 with G2 yesterday. They're probably exhausted of that, but I would say it's likely to happen at this point. And if it does go to overtime, remember, ENCE will remain on the CT side.
Yep.
They could go for a clean 3-0 there and actually steal it away.
Absolutely, and if I were them right now, I would almost be counting on that. Don't take it for granted, but the way things have gone, all signs point to that being a very real possibility. As NiKo checks over top of middle bomb, is waiting at the top of it. Hands of Guardian. Who waits with a pixel gap toward mid to see if Alu will reveal himself. Op versus Op.
Some great orb duels the last couple of days. You had Kenny S versus Guardian and Dusty yesterday. Now Alu versus Guardian. Really some great matchups.
Interestingly enough as well, although it wasn't Op versus Op, Alu beat Guardian in a clutch. It's been clutches that have been haunting Guardian. Everything else has been great. NiKo, good start. X7's caught nowhere. He actually elects to drop down on top of the ramp rather than wrapping in behind the box where he would have had more cover, but Alu does get Guardian down. That wraps things back into a 4-on-4 and drops the bomb in a place in which it could have been spotted, but they won't hold.
That's got to be one of the deadliest angles for FaZe to challenge right now. They keep going back after finding advantages to face mid-doors, and I swear, every time they do it, that's when they lose a kill. It's really frustrating to watch sometimes. Just take the advantage, go with the execution, time's running low.
Neo's picked up the AWP of all players. NiKo already dropped down. No one wrapping in yet from CT behind him. There is now. He's got to be so quick. Doesn't even matter because Rain gets X7 instead, but Sergey had already found the kill, and he follows that up. Bomb to be planted, 3-on-2. This is for the win. FaZe trying to collect 2 rounds in a row after losing 9 in succession. Molotov down toward Catwalk. That buys some time and space, but there's no further utility for the terrorists to try and keep in their advantage, to keep the CTs off the bomb, and now Neo's got trouble because Sergey's put damage into him, and that easily allows Alexi to get back in, forcing Rain to play a tight position at Goose. He can't step wide. If he does, he gets wrapped. by Alexi, who's already on the case, and we go 15-14.
Opening pick for FaZe, but Guardian offers himself up. They have to execute towards A with time running out. They traded out efficiently, got the bomb planted, but still the 3 versus 2. ENCE were calm and disciplined, working together. Sergey, fantastic work to get 2 kills in this position. They knew they dinked Neo, waiting for the flank from short, and they get the clean defuse. Rain's certainly a player that can win those sort of rounds, but unable to find multiple kills there. Just the 1 for him in the 2-on-1. And we get into the final round of regulation. I dare say overtime is looking very likely here, and that will be a gut punch to FaZe considering how good they looked in the first half. Really haven't got it going here, and that's a problem going into overtime. ENCE will have all the confidence, all the money. I would say 3-0 is very possible. Alu patrolling middle. Slow default, classic default from FaZe here. 2 in tunnels, 2 middle, 1 outside long. Wait for initial aggression. CTs are displaying none.
Alu just holds. Success they've had from mid. Alu hopes he can play off that again. He mentioned it. It is a dangerous angle that FaZe has struggled with.
It's a poor smoke from the CT there. That's not going to do much for them. 40 seconds. A finish looking likely. 3 players there with the bomb. And it's the same angle again they head back towards. Where do they want to finish here? 7 opens things up. Final play has to come in, that's towards B. It's all a ruse though, as the final finish towards A comes in. Sergey to throw the flashbang. Can he find multiple kills here?
Rain. Smoke on either side of him, wants to swing. He wants to hold off the CT. Tries, but he oversteps the mark. Sergey gets the kill instead, and now Nico from on top has to find 2. Sprays in to get 1, nearly spots the second working up the ramp. That's what Neo finds instead, but Guardian on the site has to hit an extremely fast shot. It won't happen. The defuse to come through, and we've got more rounds.
We certainly do. It felt like ENCE had that one all tied up. It was FaZe maybe overcomplicating things there, running the timer right down. Olofmeister tries to push in towards B, hoping to steal a kill away, force a rotation perhaps, but he goes down with nothing. They have to go in with 4, and at that point it was ENCE who just hold off the execution perfectly. Now this is troubling for FaZe. This felt like their game all day long. DUST2, their pick, you'd expect them to pick it up, and I would not have said it went to overtime. I'd think maybe double digits the best for ENCE. They'll be feeling this right now. They remain on the CT side. Here's the replay. You can see Sergey just using the smoke they put down to his advantage. He's taking all the possible opportunities that are presented to him, and Guardian left in a 3 versus 1 there. If he hits the first shot, maybe there was a chance, but it wasn't meant to be. We go 16K, MR3, 1st to 19. We saw 3 overtimes yesterday. FaZe really struggled to close things out. Indeed, make some noise. We're getting into overtime. This semi-final starting to warm up now. Rain will head towards long. Another slow round here, but not a default. This looks like a long take. Alu might be able to get 1, but presumably traded out as soon as he gets there. There's the first. Should see a swing now. It's late, but Nico gets the kill. Absolutely fine, 4-on-4. And Ariel stuck in the corner now. Does he get in the pit?
He does, and Sergey comes around from long to help. Sky-high flash, Ariel uses it to perfection, finds Neo. They have stolen this game back. They have turned FaZe completely around, back against the wall, and you mentioned it, a sweep is possible on this CT side, the way things have gone over the course of the last half.
Yeah. I feel like FaZe are at their best when they're just calling something at the start and just saying, let's go quickly in this position and let's go for kills. That's when I feel like they're most dangerous. And they just send players in on DUST2 with a couple of basic flashbangs and see what Nico can do. When they slow things right down and go for a very tactical approach, that's when things seem to start to go wrong. It was a nice readjust there from ENCE going into the first round of overtime. Normally the strap bow goes out the window. You want to think on your feet and how you can counter your opposition. Alu actually goes towards long. Right up there towards the long doors. First pick is his, taken down, but ENCE holding on very well. ENCE will presumably jump on the box here. See if he can look over the smoke. It's going to happen for a decent incendiary. That will really segregate them. He might find the frag. He's done it. The USP spam with a follow-up incendiary as well is enough to take Nico down. That is impressive. 15 seconds. ENCE has done enough here. They're going to take the lead since the first half, and they managed to win the pistol. And it will be 16-15 or 1-0. Really strong hold from them. 4 players survive.
It's the 4th overtime over 2 maps for FaZe on DUST2. Remember yesterday it was triple overtime against G2 to secure the victory. That one was not so much of a failure to close, although they did have every map point in that game, as G2 at one point led 13-10.
Indeed. So CT side, FaZe would get the 2-0 multiple times, but then just couldn't get that last round over and over. It was agonizing for them. They gave this map up. It's going to be difficult to claw this semi-final back on train. That's what ENCE do their best work, and they're looking very sharp today. The CT side has been beautiful. I'd say FaZe was great on that as well. TB maybe caught out here. He knows the player's close. Flashes through and pushes him right back. So Nico will have to focus towards B. That's what he's known for, these mid plays, and he gets a double frag. That's more like it from him.
Much better. Sergey wants to try and hold off B. He knows he's got to get aggressive. He'll play immediately by the smoke, hoping that flashes and everything else will go beyond, and he'll be able to fight, but Rain takes him down. Forget what we said about a sweep. This looks like a closed-off round already as Ariel tries to get back up in a position to try and retake B. Inside the window, Molotov at his feet. Orlov finds the kill. Alu does at least hit one, but Neo, the man he killed, burns him alive from the grave.
Good stuff there from Nico. That's what I'm talking about. You just have those looser rounds so Nico can just sneak out and do his thing. He normally finds 2 kills. That's his calling card, I would say, on this map. What a brutal shot towards the window as well. X7 didn't really do anything wrong. He barely showed his head, was just getting intel, and Nico took it right off. It'll be 1-1 here. Who will find the closing round if it's FaZe? Good chance of closing things after all. Okay, defends long, pushed back by the flashbangs. FaZe will take over long completely. A readjust if required. ENCE will have to focus on another area. He can't really sit on the bomb site. He needs to be more active than that. Working towards short and making sure he can't be pincered. He's going to be the name of the game at this point. It's fine to give up long. You just have to adjust and react. That's what DUST2 is all about, really. And there's only one player towards short, but look who it is. Flashbang comes in. He's aware of it. He's hiding away from the flash, and Nico looks destined to find a kill here. Not going to happen, though. That's a key scalp to take, as Alo can now focus towards long, knowing that position's clear.
Smoke. Already in, though. Already finding Ali before he can step out. Sergey. Great positioning. And enough support that he can actually get back in behind the boxes. They can't chase him down freely. And when they do, he's ready for the fight. Back for more. Again, a third, perhaps. Neo tagged. Dinks. That's enough for Ariel to close out onto him. A Guardian at the car. No bomb in his possession. It's to the right on the platform where 2 players, 1.5, I suppose, with elevator inclusion to that, reside. And ENCE gets 17. So not the sweep, but they have the lead after the CT side.
Well, there we have it. It's once again FaZe getting that long control, Nico alone towards short, and it was really good reaction play. Exactly what I want to see from ENCE there. As soon as they lose a key position on the map, they've gone back towards short and make sure they have control of that area. They take down Nico in the process, and the way things have gone, that's enough to win the round in itself. It will be 2-1 for ENCE. They just need 1 round on their T side to guarantee double overtime. 2 rounds will do it. They'll take the map from FaZe, and it's a massive map to pick up considering Train's next. I would even edge Nuke towards ENCE as well, so they're in a fantastic spot at this point, even if it does go to a third, and they're able to close this one out. Double AWP setup to kick things off, as usual for FaZe. And a fast drop down from T-Spawn. Maybe up towards short, or could be those mid doors, we'll see. Flashbangs going through suggest he'll be short. Sergey to be the spearhead of this operation. There is a player there, Nika's going to hit this. Oh, a rare miss from him. Normally nails that shot, no problem. ENCE will be very happy with that.
Very happy with it, but still held off by way of flames. So they cannot charge through to capitalize on the retreating Nico. Gap smoke. Likes the B. Wants to push through it. Rain throws one of his own and tries to get close. Doesn't want to get caught off by the spam. Oh my goodness, blinded. Perhaps embellished by the fact that we arrived as the shot landed. We didn't see the lead up to it, but still accurate, quick nonetheless. Alu gets him down. And ENCE looking to find 18. 19 wins it, remember. You know the story if you were with us yesterday on what happens if it's thoughts on 18s for both.
Yes. Indeed. This is looking so good for ENCE. I'm not sure you could even retake this now. That might confirm it. Guardian goes down. It's going to be a 4 versus 2, and Neo, the only player to find a frag. It's going to be map point here for ENCE. First map, DUST2, the pick of FaZe, and some way, somehow, ENCE have grinded right back into it. It's a weaker map for them in terms of their overall pool, but this has been such a strong showing in overtime. Alu is getting it done from on top of the bomb side there with the AWP. They've got 2-round buffer here. FaZe cannot afford to give up a single round. They need 2 clean in a row to take us to double overtime. X7 with a long score, going to take it with the AWP. Doesn't nail the shot this time. Nico beats him there.
Three in. Guardian didn't fire at the first. Thought he could make up for it. He does. On the second shot, second peek, but Alu wins that duel again. Sergey already inside of middle, knows there's one outside the door. Damage done to Rain, but knows he's also going to be challenged by Nico, and he goes back to finish the job he started immediately after. It's all on to Neo.
That's insane from Sergey. He knows he's done enough damage to get a kill there towards B, senses the push from CT spawn, and gets both the kills as well. Neo has got such a difficult round ahead of him here. 2 versus 1. Sergey is low, and he just so worried about the threat of CT spawn, and that's going to be enough. It will be ENCE with the reverse sweep there after a terrifying first half for them. They managed to bring it back with a solid CT hold. Overtime is theirs. When they stay on the CT side, we said the clean sweep is coming in. It's actually 2-1, but their T side, impeccable. Yeah. Really strong stuff, man.
And came back from 10-5 down at half by winning 9 in a row. FaZe did very well to find overtime point, but that's where it stopped. And what a response from ENCE to just close that all the way through. Resilience as well, which is something that they're going to have if they continue to be on this dream state that they're in, where they're top 5, top 3, maybe top 2 team in the world right now. Yeah. So it's showing off that they've got more than just skill in the server, but also in the mind in terms of staying composed.
Now, I have to say, Nico, we saw what he was capable of towards those mid doors. Maybe didn't see enough of that. Him just saying, you know what, throwing caution to the wind. I'm going to get stuck in here.
We're seeing hints of old Nico where he will do that, where he'll actually try and open around rather than kind of formulate the whole system around him, which I didn't like, and I didn't think that it suited him in game leading. So yes, I agree. Maybe it's going to take some time before he's fully back to that method and that mode. So with that said, we'll take a short commercial break. We'll be back for map number 2 in just a second.